And Dennis's speech tonight is a modern man with prehistoric roots. So let's welcome Dennis.
Yes.
Okay, advanced communicator bronze. Dennis Burnham.
I do recommend any time that you're beginning a speech to get someone in the audience on your side. I like to think of myself as a modern guy, certainly where relationships are concerned, and all of us, many of us are in relationships. The stereotypical roles, I don't ascribe to. I fold, I clean, I vacuum, I iron. In my relationship with Melissa, I make sure that it's divided, but we divide things along the lines of talent. And when it comes to shopping, I go back to those old ancient stereotypes, especially in the grocery store. Me, hunter. She, gatherer. It's amazing to watch Melissa go down an aisle and watch her scanning up and down as she's keeping this mental inventory of our pantry in her head, knowing at any moment when something might dip below that critical threshold so that we never run out. When I was single, I also had that critical threshold. I knew I needed it, and I was out. As we go down, she sends me for things. I fetch. I'm able to go and pick up things from the upper levels I can lift. I'm strong. I push the cart and get everything onto the conveyor belt as we check out, and then pull out my wallet and do the final and swipe the credit card. Have you ever noticed that the debit card swipe is a lot like a coup de grace? This system works wonderfully, but breaks down when I go to the store by myself. The problem is I will go with a list, and I can get through the staples, the milk, the yogurt, fruits and vegetables. But then it'll come to something, I'll look down here and it'll say, 2 cans tomatoes. I'll go around the aisle and suddenly I'm faced with cans of tomatoes as far as the eye can see. And somewhere in my head, I remember Melissa telling me, this is a special recipe and I need this particular kind of tomato. She told it to me and I remember saying to myself, oh, I'll remember that. Taking it to the store, and suddenly I'm faced with diced tomatoes and whole tomatoes and tomatoes in sauce and tomato sauce. Oh my God, what is all this? And the thing is, I want to avoid that one sound that every husband in this world wants to avoid, and that is the sigh. I don't know what it is about, but I know somewhere in my ancient DNA, I know that the sigh has been around because I imagine Cave Melissa and Cave Dennis in prehistoric times, and here's how the conversation went. Sweetie, says Melissa, I need you, would you mind running down to the Serengeti and getting me a gazelle? I am having the shaman over and she's bringing her whole family and I want to make my mother's favorite recipe and it requires gazelle. would you get me a gazelle? Absolutely, sweetie. And down I go to the Serengeti. Dennis goes to the Serengeti and looks around and sees the herd and spots his prey and goes over and somehow wrestles it to the ground. Debit card swipe. Brings it back and sets it proudly at Melissa's feet. Sweetie, that's an impala. And it's just not going to taste the same. Would you mind going back down and getting me a gazelle? A gazelle. And so as the sun slowly here goes Cave Dennis down to the Serengeti, looking for someone to trade for a slightly used impala.
So Larry, I appreciate you being on deck. Ash made it.